Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Chat Room with Max. Let's do the usual, okay? It's your boy Max. I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chat Room with Max.
Unshakable.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Pay attention whenever you're
don't stop.
The primary sign, usually on an adult in a domestic violence situation, are bruises.
God gave him a talent. And the Bible says your gift will make a way for
When we sit there and we blame God for the things that are happening in our lives, no, God never told me to lay down with that man.
Hello. Yes, and our audience is back. Our audience is back. Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing today? How you doing? Oh my God, where we're from, where we're from is just very hot. Boston is hot right now. Oh my God. But we thank God, let's know where you're watching from and let's know who you are. We want to know who you are. And some ground rules. While watching, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, okay? And if you're gonna watch this, if you're watching this after the live show, please feel free to ask your questions. Feel free to comment. We are gonna answer you. We take time in answering these questions. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, okay? Subscribe. It brings up our YouTube algorithm so that people would view our content. We put a lot of work into this, okay? Okay? Yes, thank you very much. So, welcome to Chat Room with Max. It's a beautiful day. We have our special people in the house today. Without further ado, I'm just going to go straight to the point because we want to save time today. Let's try. Let's see how it goes. Okay? All right. So, beginning with my banter partner, ladies and gentlemen. Audience, are you ready? Please don't fall my hand today. Don't fall my hand. I didn't say start clapping. Okay, fine. Sam Socks!
What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? And how are you doing, Minister Max?
Oh, yo, I'm fine, sir.
You're complaining about the weather. I like the heat.
Yeah.
It's been very cold for, we have more, the season is more cold than the warm weather. So when it gets warm here, we appreciate it.
Samsoft, how will you like the heat?
I love
Who
it.
likes heat?
Me.
You are the only person that likes
The reason why I love it is because
you're the only one that likes heat.
it's not like I just like it. And now let me waka come.
Thank
because
you.
The cold.
Engineer, thank you for that.
The cold too. The cold is I don't like cold. I'm getting tired of the cold.
Samsoft, why won't you like cold? Why?
Because the cold is not good for young bones like us.
Jesus is Lord.
Yeah, he's Lord indeed. But, and I do enjoy the cold when it's winter time. That's why I like New England. We have four seasons. When it's cold, I enjoy it, but I don't like the snow.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to be bringing in our wonderful sister in the house. Wonderful. This lady, oh my God. Lillian. Audience,
How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
Well, I'm very, very sure everybody is fine.
Yeah.
So, before we begin, I wanna apologize to everyone for the show starting a little bit late. It's due to our work schedule and the fact that you have not subscribed and you've not liked and you've not shared yet. So the faster you do that, the earlier we'll come on the show. So as we always do, don't forget to like where you're watching this from. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscription button. Come on, don't forget to hit that notification tab so you know when we're on. And lastly, don't forget to share. There is love in sharing. In fact, you want to share today's one because oh my God. Okay, we have comments coming in already, and we have a comment from Kid Bro Steve, and he says,
Kid Bro Steve reporting in. Welcome.
welcome, Kid Bro Steve. We have him saying,
Kid Bro Steve reporting in. Please remember to catch the comments on time so it works with conversation, please, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Kid Bro. Thank you. That's something that we are definitely going to try our best to do today. It's very difficult when People are talking, comments are coming in, interruptions, things like that. But yes, we're definitely gonna catch the comments on time. We're determined to do that. So, the topic for today's chat, people. Today's chat is, I'm sure a lot of people would know why this is coming up, and the question is it sexual harassment? Is it sexual harassment? Now, to give clarity to this, this particular question is coming up because there's a lot of things going on today. A lot of things, like workplace sexual harassment, church sexual harassment, shopping sexual harassment, roadside sexual harassment, in-house sexual harassment. We've talked about in-house sexual harassment, but today we're going to be talking about all these other things, with emphasis on workplace sexual harassment. So, let's begin with our sister in the house, Lillian. Just give us what you think sexual harassment should be like. What you think it is and what it should be like.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's good to be on the show again. Well, sexual harassment, first of all, it's good to have the clear definition, and it's when it is when somebody is being harassed. I'm just trying to break it down in a layman's language, without the person's consent. You understand? When somebody is being, harassed, or somebody wants to have an intimacy with you, or whether by physical or looking and all that, So the question is it sexual harassment? I want you to ask the questions that we're going to be answering that question to. I don't know if my English is clear, So there's so many things that looks like sexual harassment, but are they truly sexual harassment? I don't know until we get some of those questions coming up. But like I said, sexual harassment is when somebody, whether it's by looking, whether it's by touching, whether it's by going inside or whatever way, jiggy wanda, without your consent.
Jiggy wanda means
I think that is what the harassment thing is all about. And I know we want to look at so many areas.
Like rape. That would not be harassment.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be rape if when the intercourse is actually rape.
Okay, let's remove the going deep.
Yeah.
Whether it's by talking or touching or looking,
Okay. Now, let's hear from Samsoft. Before I continue. Samsoft, sir.
Yes.
What do you think?
Sexual harassment, is complicated and is sensitive, and it has ruined lives on both ways. It has ruined an innocent life, and it has also ruined the one that is being actually sexually aroused.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we mistake it. That's why we're saying, is it actually sexual harassment? That's why we're putting it as a question. Because sometimes there are some actions that isn't really sexual harassment. And it depends on the person that is involved. Some people can say, you look at me this certain way, and I'm just looking at you like innocently. And the way you look at me, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Then you stop looking at the person. But what if you don't know that your looking is actually harassing someone sexually? So these are the things we're going to talk on, and this is the reason why we are asking it like a question. So, and I wrote some things down, which as time goes on, we're going to dwell on.
For some sort to write things down, you people should know.
Exactly.
He's ready for today.
Reporting a sexual harassment at a particular time, and mistaking being friendly for sexual harassment. Because there are some people they are very friendly. That's why you cannot be too friendly in a country like America. For America, especially where you are, there's a video I posted. It's a funny video. People laughed about it. It's a comedian. A girl was trying to embrace him, because he knows that men are always going to be, people are always going to be on the side of the woman, mostly when it comes to sexual harassment. The guy pushed the head of the woman far away from him and gave him his hand. Shake me, because I don't want you to come tomorrow and say, I embrace you. You shook this thing like that, and he touched my stuff, and I was uncomfortable. But she was the one that was coming. So he was like quickly remembered, oh, I'm in the United States. He pushed her head like this and pushed her back. And he gave her his hand. Shake me.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, so you've had it. You're hearing it. Please, as we said earlier on, let's know where you're watching from. Let's know who you are, and we'll be glad to give you a shout out. We have official Chini is in the house today. She says happy
weekend.
Great. And Jacinta is in the house. Hi, Jacinta. She says.
Jesse Shops from Nigeria. Greetings, sir and ma. Thank you.
Jacinta, you have not paid for promo yet. Stop putting your distance. So she said Jesse Chops. That's her distance. We'll just do it free for her today. Jacinta is our favorite person. Kid Bro says.
We are living in a sexual generation that people's minds are constantly on sex. Anything that anybody does is sexual. I think that's what he wants to say.
Oh, yeah. And he continues by saying,
whether male or female is sexual harassment, it's not okay. And we must understand that everyone doesn't think like you.
Okay, so is it sexual harassment? Lillian and Samsov said something. They said, you might just look at somebody and they will say, oh, you're sexually harassing me. For crying out loud. I'm looking. I have the right to look anyhow I want to look. If I want to look at you like this, I'll look at you like this. But sexual harassment now is a serious thing that a lot of people are actually going to court for, and they're winning. The one that is paying me past, guys, is the one that they will wait to until after like 20 years.
30 years.
30 years. My secondary school teacher raped me. And they will go and begin to look for that high school teacher. Should there now, do you think that there are some things that are considered sexual harassment that really shouldn't be sexual harassment? And do you guys also think that there should be like a statute of limitation when it comes to this particular thing, this particular topic, sexual harassment? What do you guys think? Audience, please, let's know what you think on the comment section. We want to know, want to hear from you, okay? So what do you guys think? Come on, let's talk.
Okay. Should I go first?
Please.
Okay. So to me, I think in the Western country, before I say what I want to say, I want to quickly let people know, if they're watching, that I am against, any, whether it's abuse from a man to a woman or a woman to a man, or whether it's a rape business, I'm strictly against it. I don't like it. It's bad. But I think the Western country, they're over-exaggerating a lot of things. And it is very, very wrong. And it's keeping a lot of men on edge. When we're talking about this sexual harassment thing, I wouldn't say it's in Africa, because if they are saying there's sexual harassment in Nigeria, then they're going to throw all the Igbo boys in Alaba into jail.
Why Igbo boys? Why Igbo boys?
No, and that's not just Igbo. Sorry, the reason why I said Igbo boys, me not
people say Yoruba boys.
The reason why I said so is that when you go to somewhere like Alaba or Igbo market or anywhere, it's not that it's bad. This is our culture. A boy will see a beautiful girl and touch her and say, one day you are very beautiful. But very, very beautiful. In the Western country, it is wrong. So for instance, when I came to America and the first job I had, they were doing all the orientation and they said sexual harassment. And the thing they were showing as sexual harassment, I was laughing. Then they said, why are you laughing? I said, it's a common thing in my country. They said, what? If a man looks at you and say you are beautiful, it's harassment. So to me, they are over-exaggerating it. And if you look at what is going on right now, people wait, like you rightly said, Minister Max, people wait until 20 years after when they see that person wants to enter position.
Yeah.
They not come. I don't know if they buy them over. I don't know if they send them message or whatever they do with them. They will not come and say, "Oh, that person harassed me. He gave me a hug that make me feel uncomfortable." So now they are keeping all the men on edge, even the young boys on edge. They hardly want to see a woman and say hello. It is very, very wrong. You know, it to me is just over exaggerated. They are taking it to the extreme. So many things that they classify as sexual harassment. I don't think it is necessary to say it is sexual harassment if we really want to break it down.
True.
You know, this is in the Western country, but in Africa, I don't think anybody will listen to you when you come and bring sexual harassment problem unless it is rape or abuse, molestation of an older man who is sleeping with a little child. So I don't know. Let me leave Minister Sansoft to jump in.
I agree with you. And also, I want everybody to understand that personally.
Sorry. Before Sansoft jump in, let's just take this comment because they say we should be taking comment promptly on time. Please, I'm sorry for cutting your train of thought, sir. Okay, we're taking this. Let's go from here.
I'm viewing from Spain.
Welcome.
In all fairness, do not conflict alleged rape with sexual harassment.
Very true. That was corrected, sir. Thank you very much for that.
Sexual harassment, yes, for a statute of limitations, but no for rape.
Yes.
Why should a boy be free to touch any girl just because he finds her attractive?
Let's keep going.
No one should be touched if they don't want to be touched.
Okay. Yes. Correct. I agree.
If someone touches me without my consent, is sexual harassment. The fact that the Nigerian culture made it okay for random men to touch women going their way doesn't make it okay. That culture needs to change in Nigeria.
All right. Sansoft,
fire on. That one that you just mentioned is what I was trying to comment on. Like when what Lillian said, first of all, I'm against rape or harassing a woman sexually. But we have to understand that we need to differentiate friendship from harassment. Because sometimes, like where we come from, our culture, Nigeria, like she said, well, like when a man likes a girl, and it's very common, and even the girls there, most of them like it. They like the attention. So, and then the men will just go, "Hey, hello, how are you? You're fine, or you look good." So that's why I want to come up with this. I want to say this. You have to be mindful of where you are, your environment, and the culture where you are before you make any move on anybody, both the man or the woman. Because even in African culture, some men would not like a girl asking them out. Some they were like, "Oh, we don't like." But usually in the foreign culture, is normal.
Normally.
So like I'm saying that when you are in a particular place, you have to study the culture of the place
when you're wrong,
so that you don't get yourself in trouble. Like when I came to America, I learned my lesson real quick because I'm very like where we come from, we like to embrace and shake and all that stuff and say hello to everybody and be smiling. So I was used to that because I grew up in the church. In the church where we give people hugs in church. So then when I went to work, and then I went to the work for the first time in America, and then we were just, I was getting too comfortable with my coworkers. And then I was very close to all of them, embracing them. Then somebody was telling me, "Hey," somebody that called me, one of the staff called me and said, "Hey, you got to be careful. You are too friendly." Some of them are taking it wrongly. But I didn't understand. I was like, but I'm trying to be nice. Why are they taking it wrongly? I didn't mean any harm. So that almost got me in trouble because I didn't understand the culture. But then when I was corrected, I quickly corrected myself. So, and then the same way when a person from here go to Africa, you tend to understand their culture and understand that this is how they flow. But like sexual harassment is when the other person is uncomfortable. then it's harassment. But if the other person likes it, that's not harassment.
Okay. You see, to your point, you're very, very right. In fact, nowadays, people are having more, we have more mental illness cases nowadays because of some certain laws that are happening. Now, before a guy hugs a girl or a girl hugs a guy, this is what will happen. Ah, Jacinta, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm fine. How was your day? Fine. Okay. Oh my God. Can I hug you? Oh yes. Hold on.
You have to sign an agreement.
Jacinta said, I can hug her. Jacinta, can you please sign this, please? So I'm sorry, but listen, it's like a joke, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's what happened. A guy, I'm sorry, but a guy wanted to have sex with someone one day, and he had contract. They were about to jiggy, as Lillian will say. They were about to jiggy wonder, have sex. And then this guy came up with a long list. And then he was like, please, before we begin, can you sign this, please? Because nobody wants to be sued tomorrow. As Lillian said, it's as if they'll just wait until something big is about to happen and then boom, sexual harassment. Now, full disclaimer, I do not support sexual harassment in any way, shape, or form. I am against it. If a person doesn't want, leave the person alone. But my question is, if someone looks at you and be like, hi, how you doing today? And then for the fact that you felt uncomfortable about it, is that sexual harassment? Doesn't that person have a right to? Doesn't that person have a right?
And even when you are saying, hey, hi, how are you doing? Are they reading your mind? Why would they think that just
sex
sexually? Unless they have a dirty mind. So for the fact that you are thinking, I'm thinking sexually, you are harassing
you. You are harassing my thinking.
Why will you think that way about me? That I say hello and I smile at you. The way that brother is smiling at me.
And another thing is that they don't fail to realize, in a way, that's why we say this culture thing sometimes, and like Minister Mex, you said, the mental health issue that is causing for a lot of people. And that's why you find that most times that you see a lot of these women, they don't have relationship because the guys are scared to come to you. They look at you, you say, the way they look at you is somehow. The way they smile at you, you are taking the natural flavor that God has created away from that being. Because the way God created human being is that you look at each other with admiration. I am not in support of sexual harassment. Now comes to me when you are working with a guy and every time the guy sees you, maybe he does like, or does some foolish things to you. Then you begin to say, I'm uncomfortable with this character. But if he just like, he sees you, he looks at you, or maybe he greets you, he hugs you. A lot of us from Africa, that's why when people come here now, we educate them quickly. Keep Nigerian system or keep them inside different. Because you see a woman, you want to go do socialization, say, I hug you, Selena, you'll be in trouble.
Serious.
Or you see a man, even as a girl, you cannot just go to, now these people here and say, I hug you. It's all harassment. They are taking the natural flavor that God has created away. So that's,
but I have a question, though. I have a question.
Sorry, sir. So that's Sister Rachel.
Yes.
It's not okay for any girl to be walking like in Nigeria and those boys in the market, they just tap your buttocks or your back. It's wrong. I'm not in support of that. But if they say, a fine girl, how are you? How is this? It's a natural thing that makes a woman feel good. I mean, this is my opinion.
Listen, before I ask my question, God put some hormones in both the male and the female gender, right?
Yes.
We are attracted to each other that way. Look at even animals. Look at even animals, normal animals. A female dog will be walking, passing. A male dog will see the female dog and do.
You don't be dog before.
Samson, you never see that kind of dog?
No, That is why it's called a dog.
And then now we're going to begin to follow and begin to wag his tail. Now my question is this. Why is it that we have so many cases of women filing sexual harassment cases than men?
Well, to
Why?
answer that question,
Before we answer that question, let's just quickly breeze through this set of comments that we have right now. We have a comment from Jacinta, and she says,
verbal, written, physical, virtual, visual, are these part of sexual harassment too? Yes.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are, according to the law.
Yep.
From Frida, Royal Betsa, she says,
I'm in retreat but had to step in. Please, if you touch me without my consent, when I do not know you, is sexual harassment. The African culture allows hugs and hand touches, not touching sensitive areas, but not the Western culture. It's totally unacceptable without approval.
Exactly. Touching. Okay. Kid Bro says,
many times it's not sexual harassment until you got money.
Oh yeah. If you don't have money, I love that comment, Kid Bro. I love that comment.
That's a good one.
Yeah, if you don't have money, if you are struggling, it's not sexual harassment. He was just full of it.
Immediately you become rich.
He harassed me sexually.
Remember.
I know him. I know Sam Soft. I know then when Sam Soft neck was long, he harassed me sexually. Now I want to get paid. And that's true. That's true. Rachel says.
Lillian.
I understand there would always be people who take advantage of every situation, but we can't make comments that undermines the situation for people who have truly experienced this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Nobody is making comment that undermines anything. Rape is rape, as we've said. Touching is touching. If you don't want to be touched, nobody should touch you. If someone continuously makes some sex comments and different things, there are different ways to. Nobody is undermining anything here. We're here to speak our minds. We're here to say our minds as it is. Just as you have a right to say your mind, we all have a right to say our mind. And don't forget, whatever happens in chat room stays in chat room. So feel free. Rachel furthermore says,
I don't support the statute of limitation, Chingy, because there should be no time limit to when a victim is allowed to speak. Some people have gone through harassment and struggled with coming out, so let them come out whenever they choose. It is left for the justice system and the accused to defend themselves in such case. Maybe she is misunderstanding.
Yeah, with rape. That's what I think.
Yes.
Sexual harassment is not rape.
It's different from rape.
It's different from rape, please. Don't take the emotion of rape and put inside sexual harassment.
No,
they are not the same thing.
Different things. We know that sexual harassment can lead to rape.
Yes.
Yeah, but what we are talking about now is sexual harassment.
Yes. And now that's why the main question is it sexual harassment? Exactly. If a guy looks at you and smiles, is this sexual harassment? If a guy tells you, hey, you look good today, is this sexual harassment?
No.
If a woman look at you a certain way too, not only a guy. If a woman look at you a certain way like this, is that sexual harassment?
Look. Okay, everybody, just look at this. Look at this right now. Look. You see, she's smiling at us. Sexual harassment.
But now that's where this my comment comes in. Now, if you accept a gesture or a touching or a greetings, it's regarded non-sexual harassment. If you accept it, if you don't accept it, and the person now continue, that is an harassment. That's why it's called harassment. Because you are continuing. Even when I said, I am uncomfortable, I don't like what you're doing, you continue, that's an harassment. But if you do it subconsciously or ignorantly, and the person corrects you, or the person did not correct you, he's quiet. Because some of them will be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do it? They're quiet. You do it again, you are quiet. So you are quiet, and the person will think you like it.
Samsoff, the worst thing is you will see the girl, you look at her, you smile. Oh my God, you look beautiful today. Thank you. Tomorrow, oh my God, you look beautiful. She will say the same thank you. And then next tomorrow, HR will call you.
She was supposed to stop you right there, say, I'm uncomfortable. So, but if she says like what Frida said, if I read Frida, let's bring Frida's comment back again.
Okay. Technician, are you bringing it?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Technician is looking for it.
There was something.
But there is another comment by Rachel there that how much time. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
So please read it. It says,
I'm in retreat but had to step in. Please, if you touch me without my consent, when I do not know you, it's sexual harassment.
Correct. That's the point. Without my
consent in it.
You see? So that's when it becomes sexual harassment.
Yes.
Because if you touch him or her with their consent, meaning that they didn't say anything, they're not mad at it.
But what about if somebody is working with you, right? You have a good working relationship. Two of you are working, or maybe you went somewhere or you've done something that was really good. At the end of the day, you say, oh my God, you deserve a hug. You hug the person. Then now you come back 5 years after or 3 years after, and that's how the hug made my body move like electric. It is sexual harassment. I feel that person has planned to destroy that person.
Yes. In fact,
that is where
you're doing that.
Let me come in there. That's where that sexual harassment thing is when the person constantly do it and when you continue to tell the person to stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you are quiet, you are a suspect.
A suspect.
For the fact that you are not saying anything, and meaning that you are having a plan to get the person in trouble.
If I'm the judge, I will ask you.
Yes.
Did you say anything? You say no, then get out of my court.
And the sexual harassment is always on people who are, like somebody said, when for the poor people, they're not come and say one poor man harassed me sexually. It's only when some of these ladies, I'm a woman, I never support rape, I never support anything. Like that sister said, if I don't know you, of course, you're not going to touch. If you touch me the way I don't like, if I don't know you, if you touch me the second time, I can, God knows, now I'm not talking for him, they don't say I rude. I will hit you. You understand? Because I don't know you. So why would you touch my body anyhow? You understand? So, but the thing is, some of these ladies, I believe that they are being planted.
Yeah, it's a setup.
They are being paid. Like what is going on now that is really breaking my heart for the New York governor they are being paid, plotted there to say, okay, go and destroy this person's career for the future. You understand? Because the women too, you harass men. A lot of women harass men. If you go to Nigeria, if you go to a movie location, a lot of these girls comes there, they'll do their bonbon for the directors, their face like this, even sit on their lap. That is sexual harassment.
Lilian, you're even talking of this thing of movie place. In a normal place, a woman will see you. Oh my God, you look good. Oh my God, you look. Now you're touching me. That's number one. Oh my God, wow, you look so. Touch my muscle. You're touching me. You're harassing me. Did I tell you I want it? So sexual harassment goes both ways. It goes both ways. But let's not be ignorant of the fact that some people might not actually want to speak up at first because hey, it's their boss or it's someone else, and oh, my boss, they'll come back home and be telling their friend or their loved one, oh, my boss touched me today, and there's no way I could have told him, don't touch me like that, I'm not comfortable. But that is when you now have to, talk. You now have to, there's a process where you have to go by, But other than that, you can also, there are ways that you would sense if that person is sexually harassing you. Some people just don't feel comfortable with people touching them. I don't feel comfortable with people touching me. If you touch me, I want to move away. But that doesn't mean you are sexually harassing me because you are trying to touch me and I'm moving away. Let's take some comments, please, before we continue. Official Chini says,
that's a good one. Harassing my thinking. Emeka, you be dog before. Everyone just needs to be more aware of their surrounding. How you hug people tightly, how you compliment people. We all think differently, so we can't control how other people feel.
Talking about that hug, that kind of hug, the hug that people now give nowadays is what we used to call in those days Christian hug. Then people did not like Christian hug. Then if you want to give anybody a side hug, you see person, how are you? No. Then it was full-fledged hug. Now you see Christian hug is not the normal thing. Hello, or just shake hand. No, it depends.
This season, there will be less sexual harassment because of coronavirus.
Oh yeah, the courts will be happy.
Oh yes,
the courts will be happy.
Everyone needs to be more aware. Okay, we've read this.
He was trying to hug me in this coro.
I know the difference between sexual harassment and rape. Okay.
Okay.
Culture plays a role in making a gesture being platonic and sexual harassment. The role is ask permission before safe
Than never.
or whatever she wants to say.
Culture, as he just said, is very, very important. Like in Nigeria, as Lillian says, let's give an example. An Igbo guy sees a girl, he's like, one and baby, listen, you look very, very fine today. Give me your number now. And then we, grab her hand and, try to, cajole, try to sweet talk her. But in America, you try it. Before you finish making your sentence, the police is right there. So yes, please, let's be aware of our surroundings. Welcome to the show. Yemi, thank you for coming in. And then we have a comment from Ayotunde, our Indian brother.
Good morning, people. Ayodele Emmanuel from India. Not only harassment, several men are also harassed sexually.
Oh yes, but you hardly see men going to file for sexual harassment claims. Why? That was my question. Let's take this comment.
Even with consent, one has to be careful in your actions. The world has changed, and you need to create an accountability ring around you to protect you. Always read the lines and be 2 steps ahead.
Yes.
Very true.
Exactly.
We're going to come back to that to continue.
We'll come back to this. So, Dr. Tolu is commanding.
Hey, we miss you. Love you.
I don't miss you.
Hello, everyone.
We don't miss her before they come and file sexual harassment.
We miss her.
She's always on the side.
You have to be 2 steps ahead. Welcome, Doctor. Welcome Mr. IP2.
This sign plenty of GG, whatever.
Please explain what that means. Okay,
let me explain something. There is this lady, that one is sexual harassment, but in our own way, just like we all are saying, we have a culture, the people here have a culture which we respect. Even if American people didn't tell me their law and culture, I will not go ahead and compliment you anyway or hug you if I don't know you closely. I don't do that. It's not my nature. There is somebody before now who, when she sees my husband, she gives my husband a tight hug.
Affectionate.
I said it is something. I didn't talk to her. I just told my girl, I said, when next you see this lady, can you give a handshake?
No, listen, give her description next time. Say, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm.
No. I didn't want to harass the person. I just noticed it, anytime. It's just like, even if I know you as a single brother, there's some way you hug the person. We have a normal way to hug. As a woman, when you want to hug, there's a way you hug and do like this. But not that you hug and do like this, all the chest out. No, there's a way you hug. That's why you don't hug an Igbo elderly man.
But listen,
it's a cultural thing that you don't.
But in America, if they really want to hug you here, they don't hug you like this. No, they hug you well.
Yeah,
they like to really hug you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know, some of them do that are, that their mind is liberated.
Yeah.
But like our people who are watching, our beautiful viewers are saying, let's be very sensitive to the people around us. You understand? Let's be sensitive to, the culture where we are, where we find ourselves. And even people in Nigeria, you see a married woman or a married man, you don't just go, you just hug and bah, like this. Tomorrow again, bah, like this.
Yeah.
We have to be careful so that people don't misinterpret us, because everybody is not the same. But what I don't like is an innocent man who just stared at you, or maybe in the office, say, hello, you're beautiful. Oh, I like that necklace on your neck. Oh, I like what you're not going to report and say it's sexual harassment. I mean, it's not fair.
And there's also, apart from physical harassment, there's also textual harassment too,
Textual, like text message?
Yeah.
Some stuff, that's another topic. It's in a textual harassment.
Textual harassment.
Okay. So
some comments.
Yes. Let's take some comments before we proceed. Kid Bro Steve says,
sexual harassment can also be done online and people can get arrested for it. So it's not just physical.
If sexual harassment can be done online, do you know how many sexual harassments we see on TikTok and
that I get every day?
You know how many sexual harassment people have harassed people? A lot. So
The
please
fact that the
explain.
girl will send you a naked picture, that's a serious one. That's a
You
sexual
see,
harassment, period.
And so that's
Sansel,
sexual
you see,
harassment and bullying.
we can save ourselves a lot
Yeah.
of trouble.
Yeah.
I'm talking from a counseling perspective a little bit. You can save yourself a lot of trouble, especially like on Facebook. Somebody who have requested to be your friend, you just wake up, the person sends you a naked picture or some kind of things you don't like. What do you need to do? Delete and block him. Save yourself the breath.
Yep.
You don't need to keep that person to keep coming back to you. Delete that thing, block the person. You have saved yourself a lot of stress.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
very
know?
true. Very true. Let's take this comment before I say what I have to say.
The burden
Let me
of
say it.
proof for men is hard to make the case for sexual harassment. There are cases usually power play works against the men to make a case.
But isn't that so unfair? That is so unfair. It's making men, a lot of guys actually. When I shared this topic with a lot of males, they were like, it's so unfair because even if a guy takes a lady to court and says she sexually harassed me or reports a lady that she sexually harassed him, as you said, it's very, very rare that anything serious will be done. Very, very rare. But the other way, yes. But workplace violence, for example, what's sexual harassment in the workplace? Please, if you are harassed sexually in the workplace, do as your policy states.
Yeah.
Do as your policy states. That's all we can say about that. Yami also says,
Sexting, remember the congressman when from New York lost his seat and marriage.
so that comment is very true, very true,
Very true.
very true. We have another comment from
Minister
Mr.
Menz, you
Timor.
should have invited an attorney also. Let's hear from a lawyer.
I know, my brother. I know, that's true. Okay.
That's true.
Okay, we're going to have a part 2 of this series. Is it sexual harassment part 2?
Yeah.
Nigerian movie. Is it sexual harassment part 2?
It's really Nigerian movie.
Coming out soon.
The lawyer definitely will always quote from the lawyer's perspective.
Yes.
We are quoting from what we understand and also at the same time trying to, advise ourselves, so have the boundary wherever you are, know the culture there, follow the culture. And even if you're in Nigeria, you also should know your surroundings and be sensitive.
True.
You see a small girl coming to your house as a single boy. Every day, your neighbor's daughter coming when nobody is around. Just warn them, say, listen, Mary Linda, don't come here anymore. Don't.
She don't give her name. Lillian, all these names you are calling. In fact, guys, let's take a 30 minutes, 30 seconds break here. We need to refresh.
Hi, so glad you are here with us today in Chat Room with Mex. I am Kay and I hope you are having fun. Please subscribe, like, and lastly share. We need to let the world know what we are enjoying here today in the chat room. Now let's go back to the show.
Welcome and welcome back. So I hope you're enjoying yourself so far. Listen, it's not easy to put these things together. So we're not asking you for your payment. We're just asking you to do just this following. Like where you're watching this from. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. Hit the notification tab so you know when we are on. And then finally share. Share. There's love in sharing. It's not harassment. Just share. Okay? And thank you very much. So let's take one or two comments and then keep moving. Jacinta says,
I was cooking for clergy and they started looking at me like his wife. I said, you are looking at me lustfully, which is very bad. And the experience was a very touchy one. Does gender that doesn't get married? I wish I could share, but this was my place of work.
Okay, you were cooking for clergy, and then the guy started using one eye to look you.
Maybe na Reverend Father house, now him she go do the cooking. So, and the guy can't remember.
Ask one question.
Go ahead.
When you were going to do the cooking, how were you dressed in the first place?
Samsof, let's not open that kind of one, please, because
It doesn't matter.
a lot of comments will come out. The Lillian has already started.
It
They
doesn't
will
matter.
tell you the dressing does not matter. You
I
cannot.
know.
Let's not
But
open
guess
it.
what? The guy might just be admiring the dress.
Which kind of dress?
No. It's a lie.
No,
That one.
Let's keep going with our comments while we wait for the heat on Samsof.
Well, you
Samsof,
know, another thing, sorry, my brother, is that you as a single girl, a single man, I don't care whether it's clergy, reverend father, reverend bishop, whatever his title is, you they go cook for him. Please don't go alone. Because the devil knows how to do.
It's like an event.
Exactly. Don't go alone. Because the devil knows how to do.
But in
Instead,
an
tell
event,
him,
there are so many people there in the event, though.
but this
tell
one,
him I will cook the food in my house and bring for you. Don't go there alone. Because if anything happens to you there alone, what are you going to say?
but is it not sad? Is it not sad that people can no longer interact as normal human beings anymore? It's sad. Let's keep going with our comments. Rachel says,
It's unfair, especially to the men, because a woman can even claim sexual harassment if they like a guy and is not giving in. Yes, very true.
Oh yeah.
Sadly, it's used as a revenge or punishment for not liking someone back.
Yes.
Just be careful and mindful. Simple.
Very true. Let's do what Yomi says, where he says
Sexting, remember?
No, not this one. This one. No.
Sexting, remember the congressman went out from New York.
Engineer, come on. Okay.
The burden of proof. I think we've read this.
Yeah, that's why I said we need to watch. We need to do exactly what this says, because you need to be very, very careful. You need to be very, very careful in things like that. So we have another comment. That was Rachel Kidbro says.
The culture is not only different in other countries, but culture has changed with women being boss. And I have sensed harassment from a female boss, but we have looked upon as not a man. Yeah, it can be both ways. If the woman too likes you, you are not giving in.
Yeah. It's, you see, the worst thing is for a girl to like a guy and the guy is not reciprocating, and then she now goes for sexual harassment. That thing, the pain is very, very painful, because you'll be like, come, just because I did not agree for you. We don't want to open can of worms here. If not. So let's keep going.
There's a movie producer. Before we go forward, there's a movie producer in Nigeria. I'm not going to mention his name. He's a very strict guy who knows his value, not just because he's a Christian man. So he was having a movie he was going to shoot. He was having an audition. He has finished even, the audition. But luckily, in his office, he had a video camera. So this young lady went in and said, oh, they said at the audition, I want a role. He told her, look, I have finished auditioning. There is no role. Maybe next time and all that. And this girl stripped herself naked. Thank God he had a camera. And he said, well, you strip yourself naked. There's a camera here to show that I didn't
wear your clothes back.
The way you strip yourself naked, you strip it back on.
You understand? So you find out that it happens. It's vis-a-vis. Sometimes some of we ladies, they like the guy. The guy
I'm sorry, Lillian. It's not vis-a-vis. There's nothing vis-a-vis about this, because a guy, okay, just like you said, now everybody wants to have camera everywhere they go. It's so crazy that we cannot live lives anymore as normal human beings. No, everybody want to have camera everywhere. You are driving, you want to have camera in your car. You are at work, you want to have camera at work. You will now have this sign on your forehead: recording device activated. Please make know that you are being recorded.
But it's for your safety. It's for your safety.
Especially as a guy, girls don't need to, or ladies don't need cameras for their safety. All they just need to do is just open their mouth and talk, and it's true. It's very, very true. So we need. It's just sad. It saddens me, because a girl can come into a room where a guy is, just as Lillian said, and there is no camera. And this girl, because the guy has been saying no, she was even there touching the guy anyhow, and the guy is still saying no, and she will now tear her cloth and run out and start shouting, "That's me! Want to rape me?"
It's not the breaking news. It happens to Joseph in the Bible.
Well, there you go. There you go. So I think the best thing is to have camera. And if Joseph had a camera, what would have happened? He will not be in jail for that long. Let's keep going.
Continue if you don't accept it. In all honesty, women harass men more.
Yeah.
Because men are moved by what they see, and women do not harass intentional. The nature of woman needs to be properly understood. Not all men have that capacity.
What he just says, that comment right there, right, opened my eye to something else. If the way a guy looks at a girl could be considered sexual harassment, then the way a girl dresses, I'm sorry, ladies, I'm sorry. The way a girl dresses should also be considered sexual harassment to the guys.
Oh, please, don't bring dressing into it.
No, really. Sam Soft.
That's exactly what I was asking just now.
Yes.
How was she dressed?
How exactly? The way a girl dresses should be considered sexual harassment, because you will wear something that you know that will sexually arouse
the man.
Arouse. Oh, wait, let's first of all use arouse. Arouse the man to harass him.
Arouse.
That's not true, because
hold on, Lilia.
Wait now. Look, we finish.
You will arouse the man to harass him and then embarrass him.
Now, let me give a clear example. You going to a public place like this and you're a girl, you have beautiful leg, there's nothing wrong with you showing off your leg.
Nothing.
But then you now bring the thing way beyond the leg level to yourself. It's now somewhere that even you are always struggling to pull it down, that you sit down, if you don't cross your leg, there will be problem in the whole place. So you dress like that, and then the one that is worst, bring this one for everybody to begin to see. Come on now. Is that not sexual harassment to all the men on the road?
That's not true. Let's not go into dressing. The reason why I said let's not go into dressing.
You don't look for shy.
Lillian, what were you about to say?
The reason why I said we shouldn't go into dressing is that I agree with you guys in a way.
We have to go into dressing.
No, the reason is that our African women of today have lost a little value when it comes to dressing. We don't know how to dress anymore to the right place. Because I will give the credit to the Oyibo people. The Oyibo people we are trying to copy. When they are going to offices, they don't dress anyhow. When they are going to they have places, they should be, where you're going should determine how you're dressing. But today, when you go to some of our offices, like in Nigeria, the miniskirt some of the girls are wearing and the tightness of it is absurd. It's crazy. So, but that is left for them to go and discover and maybe think about. You understand? But what I want to say is that some men,
for you to open for a girl or a lady to open her mouth and say a guy sexually harassed her by looking at her lustfully or admiring her, what do you have that he's actually admiring at that moment?
It doesn't matter. Some men, even if you wear cargo, close all your face and your head, if they want to lust, they will still lust.
So how do you know that he's are you in his mind?
Is there a signboard that is popping out? Eh?
How do you know? We're not talking of touching right now.
No.
We're talking of the looking.
The look.
The looking can be confusing and you can misunderstand it.
Yeah. The guy can actually look at you and just be thinking of his ex, of his wife or his girlfriend or something.
Next, the guy might have a cross eye. He might not be.
So what did you say?
The guy might have a cross eye. And it's not looking.
Okay, let's take comments. I know a lot of people will be coming after some stuff right now. Not me, you go after some stuff. Okay.
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. It was a reverend father she was talking about.
Okay.
I worked for him for 4 years.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, Timor.
But let me quickly jump in a little bit there. Sometimes it might be that the father wasn't lusting after her, because sometimes I've seen it where now she says 4 years, or even if the man is lusting, what happened is this man has watched you grow. From that 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, he's seeing a different person. So it may be just wondering how this girl is growing so fast. And like, oh my gosh, she's growing into a woman. Just like you guys said earlier. Who knows what is in our mind?
Exactly. You don't even know what is in his mind.
But it's possible the man is just saying, oh my God, because I have seen somebody who saw me as a young girl, and now when he saw me again, he's like, oh my God, you've grown into a matured woman. So in his head, it might just be that thing that he's thinking about, not necessarily to take you to bed.
Unless he says something to you. Unless maybe he says something to you like, "Whoo, wow, look at your maybe your breast, or oh, look at your butt." If he said that, yes, then it's harassing you.
Some soft. Okay. Let's take comments. Timon
I
says,
remember when I was in Nigeria without my wife then. Now, so they started asking Uncle Timore, who is cooking for you? Are you coping without madam? I can cook for you.
they have come. Okay, let's keep going.
Remember Joseph was sexually harassed. Yes.
I know my brother Joseph was sexually harassed too. I wish he had camera.
In fact, what constitutes sexual harassment varies from culture to culture. True.
Yep.
Tribe to tribe, religion to religion, even nation to nation, rape being a common factor.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Some lady sent to me on my Facebook, "Hi, handsome." Then I told her, "Have you seen my family?"
He started cussing you out. Oh God! No.
I like this guy.
Okay.
Have you seen my family picture?
Okay. And then she started cussing him out. Let's go.
When you give a man a good food, it seems the other way around. My dressing was not that way. And all his friends that comes to the house, the experience I had with them was, then you should have started taking somebody to accompany you. Don't go alone or resign, you know.
In the first place, you're working for a reverend father. You're a full-grown woman.
If she's going to work, then she can't take somebody with her.
Yeah, but
yes, you can take somebody, but like Samsov said, were you doing some things that was making him to notice you?
I guess she answered and said, no, sir. And yeah. And when you now notice that his friends around were coming, don't you know, of course, he was gathering friends around so that they can come and admire what he, so.
And who knows, maybe he was trying to nurture you too for say he wants to change from being a reverend father. I'm just kidding. Sorry, my dear.
Yeah, okay, let's keep going. Jacinta says,
man, I don't want to bring this story online, so let's leave it.
Okay, we've had you, we'll leave it. Timon says,
if you are selling cars, you advertise it, people will admire it and want to buy it.
Thank you, thank you.
You see that?
You see that?
Yeah. But you know what? Something came to my mind, sir, Mr. Timon. Another funny thing is that some of those people who are saying hello, handsome, they are not ladies. Some are men who are online.
No, Timon's own team is not catfish. They were not trying to catfish Timon.
No, I'm telling you now. Some of those admirers.
We know the guys. We know the guys.
We are guys. We know guys when the guy is trying to catfish you.
You sure? Because some of them come and say handsome. They are not women.
We know them. We know them. Leave it alone.
You guys are trying to defend men here. You are trying to defend men.
They catch the fast. If guys they do say it won't be there.
Lillian, we have a question for you. Our question for you is
only you waka come.
Doctor is not here with you today.
Okay.
Only you. Let's take this comment from Timo, please.
Same as the girls showing off all their private parts online. Obviously, people will not see you dressed half naked and comment beauty and brain. They will address you the way you present yourself.
Okay, I think Rachel actually has an answer for him right there. And she says,
men also dress provocatively, with their tight jeans, pants, and open chest outfits.
Okay, that's a nice comeback.
What do you know? One thing.
That's a nice comeback.
Lillian, let's reminisce on this comeback. Let's reminisce on this comeback.
Let's take a deep breath on this comeback.
Yeah. Okay, Lillian, you can continue.
I don't know why we Africans pay too much attention to some of this dressing business.
No, no, no. Nehi. Nehi.
I'll tell you
Nehi,
why.
my sister. Nehi.
I'll tell you why.
Lillian, it's not just Africans.
And
Doctor
I'll
has
tell
said
you
this
why.
multiple times on the show. Men are what? Not men are scum.
No, you know why I'm saying that.
Doctor says men
The
men
area
are
I'm coming from,
visualized.
the area I'm coming
let's
from
hear,
is
go ahead.
different. You don't understand.
Go ahead, man.
The area I'm coming from is that people think that it is when they dress and expose themselves that they are sexual.
Yeah.
It is not sexual. If you are doing musical video or you are doing some certain things that demands that for your show, it's different. But on a normal day, like I see some people now, they're going to a wedding. Even the one with a 4-cup small size of breast, we buy Victoria's Secret and the breast will be resting here and here.
Like 10 cup.
It is not sexual. So that's why I'm saying that the way our people look at dressing is so, I don't know, it's like it's from another world.
Next,
those boys who are opening their chest, maybe they are models, maybe they are doing something. But a normal man, you are going to visit somebody, you just dress like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is not religion even thing. It's
Let me
moral.
respond. You said that it's not sexual, right? You know why it's not sexual to you?
Yes.
You're a woman.
If you are a man, you as a man now, you just dress. You
Wait, Samsov, can you repeat that again so they can hear it very, very well?
The reason why you don't find it sexual, because you are same sex, and you are a woman, so you can't find it sexual. And secondly, you know, it is only a man because you don't think like a man.
Yeah.
Remember that, what's his name? It says think like a man whenever you are dealing with a man.
Just let's continue. Don't worry about the name.
So, you need to understand how a man thinks. Because like you know, it's disgusting to you. Even so, to some men, it's disgusting to them.
Even that 4-cup that you're seeing that you say it convert to 10-cup and it looks, it's not. Some men will be like, oh my God, you doubled this blessing. Oh.
So that's why even there was a time we went for an event, and then there was this.
So you are who? When you say we now, people think it's me and you.
Of course, it's me and you.
Oh!
So we went for an event. It was you that drew my attention to it. Because you were like,
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going on a commercial break.
I was going to leave you out of it.
It's your boy, Matt. I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chat Room with Max.
Unshakable.
Ladies and gentlemen,
pay attention whenever you're
the primary sign, usually on an adult in a domestic violence situation, are bruises.
God gave him a talent. And the Bible says your gift will make a way for.
When we sit there and we blame God for the things that are happening in our lives, no, God never told me to lay down with that man.
Boom, 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 boom. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. Before Samsov will continue to cobalize whoever I want to cobalize, this is it. Let's get our subscription rate and likes to at least 50 likes for this video right now. Okay?
Hurry up, guys.
50 subscription. Everybody watching right now, let's begin to hit that subscription tab because it's very, very important. Okay? 50 likes. Come on. Let's just click on the like. Keep liking. Keep liking. Just share. Exactly. So, Samsov, sir, you were trying to. I'm sure you've forgotten what you were saying.
No,
so
I've forgotten. And then, because it was ridiculous, the dressing of the sister.
Another commercial break.
The sister was dressing very bad. And then you were like, what is going on here? Why is she dressed like that? See, now, people will not understand that for that kind of big dressing was unappropriate. It was terrible. When I was just playing, I was like, what? In a place like that? But guess what?
He missed the key.
I was like, this is really wrong. I was even ashamed for her.
Yeah, on our behalf.
Because that was crazy. Because
it boils down to when I say like some of our African people, please they forgive me, some of them. Because this Western world we are looking at, when you go to work or to church, I'm not saying that they are perfect. The way the ladies, so it still boils down to family value, it boils down to how the person is being brought up. I'm not saying that some people who, some people maybe they met bad friends on the way or they can't change you. It all depends. So it depends on the individual. But we should be educating our people, our brothers, our sisters, our kids. Let them know that you opening your body and being half naked is not what will bring that man to you. Yes, the man, like you said, might admire her temporarily, but it's not going to take the person anywhere. Because when you cover, that's when the man will be looking for what is being covered. And the harassment will not be too much, like we are saying now. But going to what we are talking today, some of the things that people consider to be harassment, are they really harassment? Because it's good for us to really stress that out for them a lot. I know it's not too common in our culture, but those people who live in the Western world, let us really be sensitive. Because if tomorrow you want to go for mayor, they will come after you and say that black boy was doing something like this before.
So I know our technician has not brought up the comments yet. He will be doing that in a minute. But I know that without a doubt, people will make comments like, can't men control their eyes? Can't men control their emotion? Can't they control their feelings? Those are valid questions. But I want to ask you a question. If you're raising a child who is trained to control his feelings and numb those feelings, if he gets married, do you think he's going to have any affection towards his wife? If we're trying to tame those feelings, we're trying to say, okay, if you look at a girl, don't think anything. If you look at a guy, don't think anything. Keep your thinking to yourself. It becomes, first of all, from a habit, from a character, from a habit, it now forms into a character. That becomes who we become. And then the person you end up marrying or your child ends up marrying would look at his wife straight up and nothing. That is how the world is becoming today. Things are changing so rapidly and it's not fair, it's not right, but it's life. It's life. So engineer, please, let's take some comments. We have
same as the guest showing off. Okay, we've read this. If that is your intention, let them buy.
Okay.
I'm responding to people talking about women dressing. But don't test drive the car around for a long time and not buy.
This kid goes.
It's responding to Timo.
Sam Soft, were you referring to Steve Harvey? I think he was the one that made that comment.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. T. WOT.
Warlord, welcome to the show. And we now have a comment from
How can a woman dress to avoid sexual harassment?
Okay, how can a woman dress to avoid sexual harassment?
Dressing does not stop it. Even if you wear, the long sleeve I'm wearing now, the way I'm dressed with the pants.
It will help though.
Hold on, let me tell you why it doesn't. The men, when they look at the woman's face and they imagine what is behind that dress, they still admire what they want to admire. They still have that lust inside their head. But the African man, their own brain has been channeled in a polygamous way that some of them will not follow. That once they see woman, whether she is all well covered, especially when she's not properly covered, that lust comes and say she's trying to harass me.
Okay, let me
didn't dress well.
It's not,
no, you understand? But dressing, to me, there are some men, if you like, maybe they wear suits every day. If they like you, they will still like you. They will still lust on you.
Okay.
Not like
you have a point there. Let's hear some soft point.
Let me tell you why. Because some guys that are disciplined, they might fall because you just come to them too hard on them. Maybe it might not be on this guy's mind. He's doing his own thing. Just like, for instance, for an housemaid that want to get his boss, like we see it in the movies. Not even in the movie, it happens most of the time. She just comes, I want to get my boss. she start dressing a certain way. And the man have to stop her. Because the man know why he's stopping her. Because he knows that, listen, this girl is trying to do something. And for me as a man, I don't want to keep watching that because I might just, fall. So for me to avoid that, I'll correct her. Say, no, don't dress like that next time. And usually they warn them harshly. The next time you dress like this, you're going to be fired. But, the reason why the man is doing that is because the man knows that we are men. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, yes. But
you
caution.
said 2 words, Sam Soft. You said 2 words there. Number one, if the man is disciplined and he knows who he is, you understand? He knows who he is. Number two, he corrected the girl and said, listen, Philomena Junko, if you dress like this again and come here and be shaking your tiny waist around me, you are out of this house.
Who told you he's tiny?
He knows.
Who told you he's tiny? Who told you he's tiny? This is annoying. This is annoying.
He knows the girl is on a mission. So it takes a discipline, and that is the right way that a man should take it. A disciplined man who knows that even if I want to do something, I'm not going to do it in my house. I'll go outside and do it. So it takes a disciplined man to do that.
But that does not justify the dressing of the woman.
Well, very true. Hold on, guys. Hold on. This is what I think. I think that women should dress however they want to be addressed. You want to dress to express yourself. You want to dress to, make a statement, or you just want to dress. But with everything that you do, apply modesty. Taper, just be considerate. When you're going to work, be considerate. When you're going to a party, be considerate.
Wine they drink.
No,
water. No, water. I'm not a drink.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes.
Exactly. Sometimes, not today.
Sometimes. Yeah. But yes, in everything you do, please be considerate, because this life, anybody can just wake up tomorrow. I will not just say anybody. Any female can wake up tomorrow and shout sexual harassment, and they will listen to her first.
Yes.
The system is built up that way. They will listen to her first before they even think of listening to you. They will first of all investigate everything about you.
And so by the time you have been out of the problem, it has already done a lot of damages.
That's done a lot of damages, because to be all over the tabloids, all over, especially, they will not claim sexual harassment over somebody that doesn't have the money to give them. So you must be famous before they do that. But please, let's apply wisdom to how we do things. It's very, very important. Very important. We have a comment from Jacinta, and she says,
a woman is wired. When a woman enters anywhere, she knows who is looking at her. She knows who wants her. She knows who needs her. She knows who wants to go home with her. So a woman is sensitive, intelligent. But Sanson said something today. There are some men that might have cross eye. You say that they look really old. They figure past 4.
Exactly.
You just come meet the man. This is the man. He's looking at you like this.
Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? Say, excuse me, I wasn't looking at you. It's your friend.
Why are you looking at me?
It's your friend, the one behind you.
It's your friend I'm looking at. But your friend is looking at. No, your friend. Hello, Cece. How are you doing? No. It's all men might have cross eyes, but let's not use that one as excuse. I thought that's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. Mayotunde from India says,
please, madam, African men or Nigerian men are still learning, comparing with other countries. There are purely men and women looking for a victim to victimize.
There are women looking for victims to victimize. I'm sorry, I'm sitting on women because, as we've read since we started this episode pretty much, or this segment, women are the ones that they listen to when it comes to sexual harassment. Women are the ones they listen to more. As Jacinta says, a woman will enter a building and already knows who is looking at her and who is not looking at her. Why? I'm sorry, you say it's intelligence. I don't see it as intelligence. I see it as you observing your environment. You knowing, you're used to knowing, you've trained yourself already. So you know who is
And
looking at you and who's not
you're
looking
looking
at
for
you.
your target.
Exactly. And like Samsoft earlier on said, some women will make it their mission to capture those men. That man, they want to, it's their target. That man is my target. Today I will do this. Tomorrow I'll do this. Next tomorrow I'll do this. But the question that we ask today is it sexual harassment? Now, is looking at someone sexual harassment?
No,
Is complimenting someone sexual harassment?
it's not
Is,
supposed to be.
you know,
Oh,
go ahead,
looking at
Samson.
somebody is not sexual harassment. That's why, if that is going to be sexual harassment, then we all should be wearing dark glasses.
Okay, let's move on. I don't have comment. I can't comment to that. I'm sorry. I can't support him on that.
Wearing dark glasses.
No,
But do
I
you know, because one lady said something there which is really profound also, that
Yes.
we that are in the Western country, we just have to be sensitive about our environment. Even me as a woman, if I go to work, I don't compliment people, whether you're a man or you're a woman. I don't, because I bet more mind in a way, mind my own way, because
Now, do you
I,
see?
I don't want
Do you
trouble,
see the evil? Do you see the evil that is now doing
you know.
to our
causing-
society?
It's
No,
causing
it's their
people
culture. You
it's
have to
causing people
respect
be-
their culture.
it's
No,
causing-
even in their culture, we compliment people.
it's causing people to be deaf and dumb. Like,
I'm blind.
mm,
I'm blind.
And don't make jokes, because
And
it might be sexual
exactly.
harassment.
Yeah, even joke.
Don't make
they'll say,
jokes.
oh, your joke was harassing me sexually.
You know.
I always say I'm responsible for what I say and not how you take it.
and then maybe very soon they will be like, you are laughing sexually.
Your laugh is harassing me sexually. So please and please, we have to be very careful.
Women will see you online and start saying, "Chai, see fine man, I'm wet and this and that." That sounds normal to them, but if a guy made such comment, it would have turned to harassment. Why were you chatting with them to make such comments? Why
No,
you
Lillian. You can now see from the way people comment, you will know. You can see Mr. Timo spends more time online. Because why all these people are finding you online? So the rain is falling on them and their body is wet. Let's continue.
Maybe one day we should talk about how to use our social media forum. The problem is today many fathers are not home with their daughters. They need to teach their daughters how to be a woman. Discipline and respect begins and is taught at home. But the young boys, teach your young men too how to discipline themselves. You know, how not to force a girl, how not to look at a girl anyhow. It's both sexy.
No, for real. What Lillian is saying is very true, because you need the reason why you have to prepare your children, your sons, especially your sons, because you don't want them to be accused wrongly. You don't want them to go to jail because somebody falsely accused them. So you have to teach them from home.
But
you have to be careful.
But your children, you don't have to worry about teaching your children all these things if you leave those things. If you do what you want your children to learn, your children will learn from you. You are their number one mentor that they look at, the number one person that they admire. So if your child, your son, sees you coming out from church and you're like, "Oh, Sister Lovina, oh my God, you look so beautiful today. Oh my God, give me a hug." Your son will grow up to see his classmates in school and repeat the same thing. So let's be careful what we do in presence of our children, because they are watching us.
Yes.
Tomorrow now, they will say, "Oh, but daddy did it," or "mommy did it." So please, let's be careful.
It's both talking and action. Your behavior and still talking to them, having the me time, fatherly time.
Yes, and especially, please, for our daughters, we need to put more emphasis on that. For our daughters, no one should make them uncomfortable at work. Sexual harassment is when, to me, that word harassment means a lot. When someone is harassing you, harassment, can it be a one-time thing? Can a person just look at you today and smile and you consider that sexual harassment? Is that sexual harassment? It depends on how you take it and how the law of your community takes it. People's areas are different. In Nigeria, you go to the police and say, "Oh, he was looking at me sexually, he was admiring me." The
They'll say,
police
sure.
will punish you. Police will punish you. Go and harass him back. That's what.
Now go harass him back. They'll talk, Abi. You're not happy, say, look you.
Oh, do you know how many women are
Take
looking
your
for
daughters
husband these
out on
days?
a date and teach them how they should carry themselves. Yes.
Yes, agree.
I was going to add the sons too, but I don't have enough space to type. Okay, good. All of the comments, good.
Yeah. Timo.
We now live in a boring world where you can only get spouse on date apps. Abi, what did they call them? I don't know.
Timo, wait. I have to talk to Timo. Timo, stay out of online. Come to the real world. Leave online alone. Timo and online. Every comment Timo has made today has to do with online dating.
No, you won't blame him now because that is what is happening now, you know.
and then Timo might be referring to others, not just talking.
No, that's Kibro. That's not Timo who made it.
No, this was Timo. That was Timo. But yeah, he might be referring. He's actually advising people get out of dating apps, come to the real world, and don't just find spouses online. It's not just the only thing. Just come out and talk. See, in fact, I've changed my mind with that comment. I've changed my mind.
Well, the online thing.
Lillian, wait. I've changed my mind because it's as if nowadays it's safer to just get a girlfriend online than to go and you see somebody outside now. You say, "Oh my God, you look beautiful. I want to date you." Sexual harassment. At least online, nobody will come and charge you for sexual harassment.
Because online is just going to cuss you out, and then
it will cuss you out, and then
you're going to like, okay, she doesn't like me. Then, but if the person like you settle it online.
There's a lot of risk online because you might just be talking to one very small child who doesn't, know what he or she is doing.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. That's about it too.
Before you talk to a small child 1, 2, 3 times, you will know this is a small child.
Sometimes not in our world to do.
There's certain questions you're going to ask, and now before you even take it to the level, maybe you talk to the person. Don't you know the voice of a small child?
No, Sam. So online, you just be typing and chatting. Oh my God, my day was good today. How are you doing? What are you doing right now? Who are you?
True, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard of voice? Have you heard of voice modification?
There you go.
True. That's why you ask. That's why you ask question. How old are you?
They will tell you they are 27.
And
Do you know how many kids who are less than 15 who are on Facebook without their parents' consent?
Wow, very true. A lot of them. A lot of them. And it's getting worse. Because actually that's another topic for another day. Because things like this are putting guys in trouble too. I'm sorry. You will just be talking to this fine girl that you saw online. The girl is grown, she looks grown, she looks big. But you look at the ID and the child is just 15 years old. It don't happen now. It has happened.
Chai, will you keep quiet?
No. 15.
Oh yeah.
That's a topic for another day. Well, let's take this comment from have we read this comment from Kibro?
At work, I was greeting all the volunteers and I went to shake this woman's hand and she pulled away. She told me later that she's not allowed to shake a man's hand.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe her culture.
Yeah,
then you should always ask, can I shake your hands? Can I hug you? You should always ask. Because I'm sorry to say...
Lillian, wait. Sam, so far you there? Sorry, can I shake your hand?
Oh, wow.
It's
anyways, if you're
meeting
somebody for the first time, though, you have to get like what Sister Frida said. You need to really know this person before you make any advances, looking around or embracing the person. You have to.
Very true.
You know, see our Niger people when we come, and some of them are very excited. So when they see anybody, hey,
too friendly, like I said, too friendly.
Too friendly. We're friendly from where we're from. We just
Yes.
want to hug and be happy, be merry. My sister, my brother. Your sister will land you in jail. You better be
I
careful.
didn't know it was her religion. Be aware
Yeah.
of religious practices as well. Yes.
Oh yeah. In fact, some religion too, when they're talking to you, they don't look you in the eye. It's not because they're scared that you will sexually harass. No, it's a culture thing. We don't look people in the eye in some parts of where we're from. So Timo,
I'm not talking about myself, Mr. Timo says.
Timo, we know you're not talking about yourself, sir. We know. Timo. After you don't tell us already, say okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. It's been real. You guys have been awesome. You've been wonderful. You've been great. This topic will need a legal standpoint, and we're going to be continuing from the legal standpoint next time. But for next week, let's talk about next week. You know how we do it. Let's talk about next week. So, what do you want to hear us talk about next week? If you have a suggestion of a comment you want us to talk about, please type it in and let's hear that. Kid Bro Steve is commenting. He says,
that was a different environment. There were plenty of volunteers and I shook all their hands and I didn't have time to ask her to shake her hand.
Always make out time to ask, can I shake you? Can I hug you? Can I kiss you? In fact, even with your partner, before you even, yes, actually, you can sexually harass your partner. If you can rape, no. If you can rape your partner, you can sexually harass your partner.
Hold on, where the top partner? So your wife or your husband?
My wife now.
Your wife or your husband. Anyone.
Your husband.
Anyone join.
Rape is different, but harassment, how?
You can harass. You do.
Yes, there is a way you can. I think what you're saying is true because there's a way you can touch your wife or your husband that looks. It depends on the person.
I would rather go back. I would rather go back to where I'm from.
Disagree.
I would rather go back. Are you kidding me? You see your wife is looking good. You want to do. Yeah, looking good though. She'll say sexual harassment.
No. Don't you know what is Bible to say about that to the woman? Only belongs to the man.
And vice versa. Let's just make it vice versa.
Of the body nice. The man is his property.
Samson, I'm trying to hide you from this audience because they can't come and say they're going to give you.
Somebody asked question. No?
Okay, let's hear this question.
Is it okay for a Christian to drink alcohol? That's another topic.
I think that's the topic he's suggesting.
Oh, okay.
That's topic number 1. Is it okay for a Christian to drink alcohol? Let's go there.
Good topic.
So, good topic. If you have any suggestion, let's get them. Kid Bro Steve he says, is it okay for a Christian to drink alcohol? Is it okay for
every
a
Christian drinks
alcohol?
No,
Lillian. It's next topic, not now.
Exactly. Don't dwell on it now.
Don't dwell on
this one is not alcohol,
even though we know it might be white wine.
Exactly.
But it's not alcohol.
But it's not white wine. If that wine that they drink since, I forgot they talk anyhow.
Somebody
they talk since.
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, this is actually going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because we're going to... Topic number one, as we always do it. Listen, I will not rest with this suicide talk. Topic number 1, suicide and its effect on the family. I'm bringing it to number 1, so maybe we can choose it. Or topic number 2, is it okay for Christians to drink alcohol? Let's coin it. Consumption. Is it okay for Christians to consume alcohol? That's topic number 2. What do you want to hear us talk about next week? Topic number 1, suicide and its effect on family. Or topic number 2, is it okay for a Christian to drink alcohol? Let's hear you. Option number 1 or number 2. Let's go. Jacinta says
1.
Jacinta says 2. Ayatunde says 1. Ayatunde. Rachel says 2. Okay. Let's keep them coming because we're gonna vote at the end of the day, and the voting process starts now.
If you don't vote, it's only 2 is winning, though.
Two is winning. No, two is winning right now. I can see some twos. Okay. Now let's ask the panel two here. Let them vote too. My wonderful brother, sir, Sam Soft.
2.
2. Okay. My wonderful sister, Lillian.
Well, because that 1 has been lingering for a long time, I'll say 1.
Okay. Kid Bro Steve says 2, even though he was the one that brought the question.
Exactly.
Eugene Okpala says 1. Okay.
So
Okay.
how many 1 and how many 2?
Ayatunde says topic 1 has lingered for long, but he actually chose 2. Oh, he chose 2 right there. Okay. Bethan Cardin. Oh, welcome.
Hi,
How you doing, ma'am? How you doing? She says 1. Okay. The way. Okay. So, okay. We voted, and the result is being processed right now. Technician.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. We still have. They make up your mind now.
I be like saying I equal 4. Now equal.
No, look at the repeating. People are repeating.
Somebody repeat. Oh.
People are repeating. It's not equal.
Oh, okay.
Ayo, which one do you want?
So, the technician has just brought out the result, and the 2 have it. The 2s have it. The 2s have it.
You sure?
Yes. I tell you, say the 2s have it.
See how you change to 1, though.
Then my own can't counter your own.
Another 1.
Oliver, don't call me 1. Say 1.
Okay. Today is still repeating 1 again. Yeah, but the 2 has it. We're going to be talking about alcohol consumption.
You sure say that the 2 win now?
I'm soft too. You want to harass me now? Want to harass me?
You are already harassed.
You cannot be harassing me in public. I have witnesses.
I will torture you now.
A lot of Christians go really A lot of Christians go yare with you that day.
I know. Okay. So I say I join next week. Today, you better come for next week, okay? You better come for next week. The sister says she's clapping.
Suicide is a serious situation.
Yes.
And
okay.
Pending.
Okay. Let me explain. Let me say something about that. We're preparing a special squad.
Okay, you know what we do?
Samsung, hold on. We're preparing a special squad that would handle the suicide topic.
Oh, okay.
Where we would have a psych doctor come in, and we would have an expert on that, and would have what do they call people that have experienced it? We'll have
victims or survivors.
Survivors, that's the word. We'll have survivors of suicide come in and talk about their story and talk about it in detail. Listen, it's not going to be a 1 hour thing or 1 hour plus. It's going to be a 2 hour show, and we're going to talk about it in details because we want to learn. So get ready. If you have not subscribed, in fact, listen, if you've not subscribed, make sure you are subscribing right now. Subscribe. If you've not shared, share so that everybody will see it. And in case you're watching this after the live show, please share your comments, okay? So we're going to talk about suicide in detail, and when we're going to be bringing suicide up, we're not going to have either 1 or 2. It's going to be 1. What's Kid Bro Steve saying?
Suicide is very serious, but a lot of drinking going on, not this summer. SP don't sleep on drinking. I don't know what that means.
Okay, Kid Bro, explain. Bethan says
on everyone. She's talking about the suicide. So okay, let's not be bringing the suicide up then with another topic. So just leave it.
So ladies and gentlemen, next week we're going to be talking about should a Christian consume alcohol? Should a Christian consume alcohol? And we're going to do justice to that topic. Please invite everyone, invite your neighbors, invite your friends, invite anybody. Samsung, let's finish the show before people look at 2 of you drinking white wine. Let's finish the show before people finish.
White wine is water. You are right.
Yeah. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, from Lillian, what do you have to say to our audience before they leave?
Thank you all, as usual, for watching. Continue to show love to one another.
Yep. Same soft.
We love you guys and continue to arise and shine and be blessed.
Okay. And from me, all I have to say is watch your conduct, watch what you do, because hey, anybody can just stand up and say you sexually harass them.
That's a very good question. I was going to ask you if you're standing.
He's standing. I didn't want to say it.
So you have been standing all this while?
It's fun. It's fun when you stand, when you know, yeah.
Wow,
Standing. I stood up at some point in the show, Please and please, ladies and gentlemen, be safe. Drink a lot of fluids. Make sure you stay hydrated because the heat out there, man, it's not
Too
easy.
hot in Boston.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
Drinking.
And please, no matter what the system of the world is bringing your way today, don't forget to show some love. Don't forget to share some love because Jesus loves you. Thank you very much for watching. See you all next. It's your boy Max. I want to introduce a show to you. It's called Chat Room with Max.
Unshakable.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You have to pay attention whenever you're
don't stop.
The primary sign, usually on an adult in a domestic violence situation, are bruises.
God gave him a talent. And the Bible says your gift will make a way for
When we sit there and we blame God for the things that are happening in our lives, no, God never told me to lay down with that man.